this in a round robin style,
Yeah.
because that is definitely the best way to run WoW tournaments completely.
Definitely.
Because you get to see all the different, it's kind of sad sometimes when tournaments are determined, by maps we've talked about before, because the map is such a big difference. But kind of where you get in the bracket, I never liked that, especially, it's so hard to place all the teams into brackets.
I believe we are ready for countdown as soon as you're ready.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna count it down.
And I think this map is going to be pretty tough on the shadow play. I think with everyone stacked up around this middle tomb, they're going to see some good AoE fears from Soda, and if they can capitalize on that.
Okay. I'm going to count it down. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so we're going to give the players a 5-second countdown. It's kind of like simulating the gates open. These players are really good about staying in the area.
Right.
So right from the start, looks like...
There is a sap onto the Shadow Priest.
Yeah, and there we go. Now I can see Soda. For a second there, thought the Priest invis, but the Uniframe just didn't show up.
And there's an early smoke bomb.
Oh, wow. Right from the start.
Onto that Shadow Priest, yeah.
It looks like they are going to...
There is a blind onto Shuri. He is not trinketing it. He is sitting that blind.
Yeah.
That's actually really good. He didn't have to use too many cooldowns there.
But they're going to go right back onto the Shadow Priest. Of course, we did get it here, and look at that tree used
tree form
right from the start. Mind Melter.
Looks like there's Snuts doing a little reels action, just targeting that druid and sprinting at him.
Yeah, and the one thing that happens when a druid goes tree formed is he gets burned completely. So Soda getting a couple off, but the Shadow play definitely able to put some pressure out onto Soda, which stopped a lot of those mana.
Cloak has just been used by Snuts with the swap back onto the Warlock, Chetika. You see a fear onto Shuri, that's a full fear.
Yeah, and
he is out of tree. He could possibly be sheeped off of that.
Alright, and there's a disarm onto Venruki right now. Soda trying to get some penances out. That ring right there is going to cause the Shadow Priest not to have too much mobility as he sits in the center of it all the way through.
There's a swap with the Fiend, a very good fear onto Snuts, but that druid is deeped. Barkskin has been used.
Right.
Fear on the Shadow Fiend, very good.
Soda catching a UA Dispel right there, trying to clean...
And there's a full clone onto that rogue. Huge clone right there. You can see Shuri's even putting Insect Swarm up on Soda. Shuri's actually a very good druid.
Yeah.
Not completely known, but it's very good.
Yeah, he's playing very well. And then my unit frames just...
My unit frames are bugging out, yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh, there it goes. Came back right there.
Full fear with a root onto Snuts there.
It looks like Soda getting lots of massive spells when he can onto Shuri. Trying to keep him there.
You see Soda running for that fear with the Curse of Exhaustion on him. I'm actually very impressed by this Shadow play. They're playing pretty good. Yeah,
they're using that center pillar. We see a Death Coil come out onto Venruki right there. And can't really see...
He's evoing. I believe he has the glyph, so he did get a little bit of help from that. Maybe I'm wrong, I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, he definitely...
He's still very low.
Okay, silence onto Soda right there. Venruki down to half, having to ice block right there. Okay, so it's not going to be showing... Yep, it's going to be MD'd. We're not going to be able to see Hypothermia with this add-on too much.
There is a deep swap onto the druid. You can see the Ice Lances coming in. He did use Barkskin, though.
Yep, so they're going to stop that pressure. But this team of the RMP team, so Soda was disarmed right there by the Shadow Priest, but it looks like they're going to put damage back onto Venruki. Soda eating another UA Dispel right there, and it's a great amount of crowd control coming out of the Shadow play with that Cyclone.
Yeah, very good. Yep, very good fear into clone there. And
back onto Venruki, so much damage again. We see a vanish out of Snuts.
Yep, going onto the druid there. There's another. There, he was able to trinket that deep though. I'm getting a lot of frame errors where the team's disappearing, but...
Yeah, so it looks like another clone onto Soda right now with Venruki being counterspelled, or casting the counterspell, rather. Not sure who it was on, actually, with these unit frames, but Soda doing everything he can, using that Prayer of Mending.
This is actually looking very good for the Shadow play. I think they've kind of been running this RMP out of cooldowns, and... There is another clone on Soda before he gets the fear off.
The bomb right now onto Chetika right now, and that second Tree of Life coming out, able to pull the game long enough to to allow that rest to Druid. But there we go. Now they're going to swap
here
on.
with the deep onto the Druid.
Yeah, and this is what we're talking about.
Up, though. Yep. So I think he's going to be okay. You'll see that Soda has those 3 stacks of Mind Spike up. Everyone's doing damage.
Yeah, and I mean the damage coming out is these swaps. It's pretty good. Now they're going to go on to Mind Melter, having to
disperse though. Yep. So good defensive cooldown usage, and there is a full clone onto Snuts playing that rogue.
Yeah, and it's
sure to disarm. I believe that was on Venruki. Yep.
When they're able to clone. And they're going to get right back onto him. That big double fear onto the 2 team members, and they're going to have to sit through it.
The fire.
Everything with the bomb again, and wow, barely making it out with a great grip.
Wow.
That was such a great grip. Yeah, they're playing this map quite well.
Yep, you see the priest even throwing in some flash heals. That was very, very impressive that they lived through that swap.
Yeah, and we see a double fear right now onto Soda and Venruki, so it is nuts. And the amount of control that this shadow play, it's impressive. There's times when they can lock down the entire enemy team, even throwing a root out onto Snuts right there, but Snuts getting right back onto Shuri.
Soda as well has been used, but the whole RMP team is rotting. There is a deep onto the Shadow Priest, so he can't, throw those off heals or anything while they go on that Druid.
Yeah, and then we have looks like I trinketed. I couldn't tell exactly. It was a blind that Shuri just trinketed. So Shuri right now not having too many cooldowns quite up, of course, Barksian, but forcing a cloak out of Snuts. Soda at half right now, but not being focused too much. He's trying to get his team back up.
The Mind Melter, I believe that's JS, had his Shadow Fiend out there.
A lot of damage.
It's another swap on that Druid. There's the deep
but also a swap onto Venruki right now. I believe he is going to have his block back up.
Very good clones by Shuri here, and he's getting swapped too, and just cloning that rogue as soon as he can, and there's the root follow up too. So a lot of control on that rogue, while they're just wearing down Soda's mana and keeping him at half.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like they're pushing too much for a kill. Another double fear onto Chetika and JS. Right there. But Shuri not having too much mana problems. I mean, he is kind of low, but look at that slot.
Don't believe so much. Up, and Soda's in the full clone.
Yep, and so
going down.
Go down.
Wow. So that actually, Shadowplay is taking that series 2-1. That's completely, I don't think a lot of people expected that. That was very, very impressive.
It was. I really liked the play.
Their cooldowns on every single swap, and that one swap where they didn't have any, they were able to get that life grip, which pretty much saved the game right there.
It definitely did. Yeah, this shadow play played almost perfectly on this map in terms of positioning.
That was huge. That was very, very impressive.
Yeah. So that's going to be 2-1. Wow. So we have a shadow play that took this series. The series before, if you guys missed it, was going to be 2-1 in favor... Wait,
it's actually 2-0.
2-0.
Yeah. So yeah, we're doing a round robin, and I think we had the LSD, which it was supposed to be an RLS for people who aren't sure. It was supposed to be Chrysalid, Benny's, and Neilio as an RLS, which is a very good team, but I believe Chrysalid and Neilio couldn't make it, so they subbed in an LSD, and they had Velsis on Druid, Serenus on the Shaman, and Benny's on the Lock. And they went down 0-2 versus Cleve FVC, which is Yusez the DK, Koshimo, I believe, is the Paladin.
Yep, and then Lushy playing.
She's the Feral Druid. So we had a 2-0, and then we just had a very, very surprise upset between the Shadowplay and the RMP, which is pretty interesting. So I'm not sure who we have up next. It looks like on the splash we have...
It's going to be RLS. This is a Shadow Cleave. Ooh, it's Philo, Massives, and Collective. Is Philo around now? Is that who we were waiting on earlier?
Everyone should be ready. But yeah, this is going to be an interesting match. I think the DKLS has a pretty big advantage here. But we'll see with the MS change.
Mm. And again, this is a round robin tournament. Which means you guys are going to be able to see all the teams. Let's see. Oh yeah, I need to leave the party also. And
I actually believe Philo's team, I checked last night, they're actually undefeated on ladder right now.
Wow.
I believe it's something, they're like 26-50, something like 41-0 last time I checked, so they've been doing really good on ladder. And I believe, I think DKLS, as far as I remember, does fairly well against RLS, just being able to control that rogue.
Yeah, I haven't seen too many RLSs play. I haven't had a chance to arena this week yet. But I don't know, with those changes, I mean, the rogue with 25% wound.
Yeah. So we're just waiting to get everyone in group here for this next matchup. I'm waiting to get invited here.
People in the stream chat, by the way, these videos are being recorded and we will be
Oh,
uploading
boy.
these VODs on YouTube or some other sort of media, hopefully in the near future.
Awesome. It's always good.
Once again, this is a player-run tournament, so we are running commercials to hopefully generate some revenue for prize money and so on, so we can continue to do these tournaments, hopefully monthly tournaments.
Yeah, and just to address everyone, a lot of people were thinking that I invited you to group VL.
Oh, you did? Invite again? I left. Try it again.
Okay. You can't invite a player from another realm to a raid group. Why are we in a raid?
Yeah, you have to make it a party
Yep.
before you invite real ID people.
Yeah, you have to... Yeah, Wargame arenas, I believe, have to be party too.
Just trying to get still in here. There we go.
Awesome.
Okay, so we have everyone in this group ready, and Philo's team ready, and we already got a queue. Things are going pretty smooth here, and the Grand is always going to be the first map. And join this group failed. Why did that fail, Chris?
Yeah, I don't think we got a queue from our end, so it bugged out.
Yeah, we're in a raid. 1 sec.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, the issues with the frame, I believe that's not an issue with our tournament UI right now. That's something that we've experienced playing war games in the past. So
With the enemy
with the
frames
enemies
just
randomly disappearing, correct?
Wow,
Yeah, so
that's weird.
So that's something that has to be debugged in some way from Blizzard's
And
end.
to answer some of the people with the questions, Snut's team is not out. We are doing it's a round robin, so every team's going to play each other, and then a team that has the most points at the end. That's how we determine the finalists and stuff like that.
Yep.
But they did lose that surprising that match. I'm very, very impressed with that shadow play. Hadn't heard much out of them. I know they didn't get too much practice in, but it looks pretty good to me. And I know Shuri's always been a very top-notch druid. Never went to a tournament, but it's always been very good.
All right.
And
Yeah,
looks
I
like
just saw
going
the
in
queue.
the Grand here. Yeah. Anyway, I wanted to address the people who think that that there was like a lot of money in this, and we were trying to do this for money. That's completely false.
Not at all.
This is not about money. No one's making some kind of money. This is for the players. The U.S. players that saw the arena tournament realms running and saw the Russians doing it, and we wanted to put something together. So
Yeah, and I hope more people pick this up because I mean,
yeah, definitely.
all you have to do is you ask the Russians for this mod, and then you run your tournament.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is the kind of thing that esports needs. So, I mean,
Yeah,
it's always
exactly.
good to have people streaming, and I really, really like that even more players are starting to stream.
Right. A lot of top players have been streaming. Snuts and Nelio and just a ton of people. Massives is not loading. So that's the reports I'm getting. We have Philo on Lock, Collective on the Shaman, and Massives on the DK against an RLS, Venoma, Flabbers, and Metaphors. Looks like they need my assistance with their health stone.
Is Massive's not loading in?
So VL, do not join till Mass.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna wait. Yeah.
Is Massives going to be able to load in at all? Because that's going to mess up your frames, isn't it?
Oh yeah, we may have to requeue this one if you...
Yeah, we may have to redo this one. Can we get a... We need a confirmation of is he just AFK or is he having technical problems or anything like that?
Who's in their group?